Hi, I'm Lara Waldman, author of Money Manifestation Mastery, and today you're going to learn how to manifest money with future wealthy you. I want you to connect to the amount of money that you want to be bringing in on a monthly basis or an annual basis. And now what we're going to do is tap into that future you that has already created that wealth, that has already created that success, that successful business, right? That successful financial reality. You've done it. You've made it. It's now your new normal. You want to connect to this part of you every day as your guiding light, as your focus point, where you are going, and start to let yourself be led by this future wealthy version of you. It's now time to get to know this part of you. How does future wealthy you think? How does future wealthy you feel? What does future wealthy you know? How does future wealthy you run their business? How does future wealthy you run their finances? How does future wealthy you do relationships? How is future wealthy you living their life? What are the choices that this version of yourself is making? It's very fascinating to see that there will be a different way that this future version of you that's already created this wealth, that's already created your dream financial reality, how they are being, how they're thinking, how they're feeling, how they're doing, how they're taking action in their life. And it will be different to what you're doing now. So you want to start to become familiar with this part of you, because in order to get from where you are now to where you want to be, you will have to make some changes. So you want to connect to that future reality, that future vision, and understand who you are becoming, who you are at that level. Get to know them. Allow future wealthy you to be your coach, your mentor, your guide, your CEO, your consultant, your best friend. You want to listen to this future wealthy version of you and get to know them. Get to know them. Once you have a clear picture of how you are, who you are, the next step is to take a look at your present way of being. How am I thinking? How am I feeling? What choices am I making now that have come from my past decisions that have created my present and that I'm choosing in my present? So we need to understand that in order to step into that future wealthy version of you, you are going to have to make some changes in your present. And that is very stressful. We do not like change, right? We want to default, well, we naturally default into what you've done and what you know, right? That doesn't take much energy to continue as you have. What does take energy is to shift, consciously shift how you're thinking, what you're choosing, the action that you're taking, because that is taking you out of your comfort zone and into the unknown. And we don't like that because it feels incredibly vulnerable. It doesn't feel safe. And there's a part of you that is protecting yourself from risk. So moving into future wealthy you can feel risky simply because it's unknown. It's something that you don't know. But the most important thing and the empowering piece here is to take a really good close look at what your present day version of yourself is doing, thinking, the action they're taking or not taking, the choices that they're making, that is going to keep you in the continued cycle of what you already know, right? Most of us are just going to continue doing what we're doing and how we've done it. And that's why we don't make change. And that's why we don't make progress. So in order to make progress into the life that you desire, the business, the finances that you truly desire is going to mean making changes. So because your natural built-in self-protection will kick in as soon as it senses any change or any risk. One of the ways to hack into that and to help yourself to continue to move forward with all that self-protection kicking in is to keep connecting to that wealthy future you, right? And we want to start implementing changes now that's more in alignment with the future that you want to create rather than the present or the past that you've known. This is why it can feel so hard to move forward, but it's really fascinating. And what I love about this work is the journey of growth, of evolution, of healing, of transformation, of learning and unlearning that you are going to go on in order to take yourself from where you are now to where you want to be. So when you think about future wealthy version of you, ask them when you are wanting to make a decision, or you're facing a challenge, or you're making choices, which may just be sort of default unconscious, take a minute to ask, what would future wealthy version of you say? How would they coach you? How would they mentor you? What would they say about what you're doing? And listen, be humble, and witness what comes up for you, right? What are your current beliefs, emotions, patterns, programs, behaviors that you're doing now that are out of alignment with where you want to go? So you need to keep connecting to future wealthy you and starting to bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. And this is not comfortable. This is not comfortable because it's going to mean change. And we don't like change. Well, part of you likes change and part of you doesn't, right? There's a part of you that wants change, and that's why you're going to be tapping into your desires and dreams and goals, right? But there's another part of you that just wants to stay very safe and stay familiar. And that part is going to be much stronger and will win, right? Will dominate if you're not in conscious leadership of your life. So you want to start thinking about your future wealth and focusing on that. So usually that means short-term pain for long-term gain, facing challenges and obstacles now, right, for your future. So there's going to be gaps between where you are now and where you want to be. There's going to be things that you don't know how to do yet. There's going to be things that you need to learn. There's going to be things that you need to unlearn that you thought were the way things worked, right? And there's going to be a letting go of ways of doing things, of ways of perceiving, of ways of reacting, of ways of responding. And that is what I call the grief process, right? There is a letting go. There are things you're going to need to let go of in order to move forward into what you want. And again, that is a really uncomfortable process. So again, if you tap into future wealthy you, what does future wealthy you say? And how does future wealthy you guide you through where you are now to where you want to be? Please know it doesn't all happen overnight. This is a step-by-step process. We build your future brick by brick, day by day, moment by moment. And there will be failure, and there will be setbacks, and there will be challenges, and there will be obstacles. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. This is part of change. And how you manage your mind and how you manage your emotions is everything. So you want to keep tapping back into future wealthy you. How are they feeling? How are they living? What are they choosing? How are they being? And start to create more from that future wealthy version of yourself than your present day version of yourself. And please know that you are going to go on a beautiful, powerful, transformational journey to do so. You are going to be healing some old deep wounds and old deep pain, old deep beliefs. You're going to be transforming the way you think about things, the way you perceive things. You are going to be rewriting your money story. You're going to be really transforming your whole relationship with money, your whole relationship with yourself, and your whole relationship with life. So it's almost like putting on new glasses. So we want to start tapping into, how does that future wealthy version of me perceive things? What do they believe? What do they see? And start bridging that gap between your future self and your present self. So you want to start acting as if and choosing as if and making more decisions from that future wealthy version of yourself in your present to help bridge that gap, one step at a time, right? So again, your risk assessor, the part of you that wants to keep you safe, you still need to work with, and we take steps, one step at a time, but you want to witness, really understand, where are you making decisions from? Is this from self-protection? Is this the part of me that's trying to keep me safe? Right? What is the truth here? And the way that I navigate sometimes through that, because it can be immensely confusing when you are right up against an old belief, an old wound, an old protection pattern, an old story, right? An old version of reality. Ask your future wealthy self to show you their perspective. What do they see? What do they know? How would they manage this? And then slowly but surely start to take those aligned action steps between where you are now and where you want to be. Thank you for joining us today for how to manifest money with your future wealthy self. I would love to know what your takeaways are from today's conversation. Please share in the comments below. I'd absolutely love to hear. And if you've enjoyed today's content, make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already for weekly talks, masterclasses, activations, meditations to support you on your journey to conscious wealth creation. And if you would like to dive even deeper into this work together, helping you manifest money in alignment with your future self, I have a wonderful offer that would really support you with your next level. And that is my Living Abundance Wealth Retreat. This is an online event completely free for business owners and entrepreneurs who want to step into their next level of heart, body, soul aligned wealth. I would love you to come and join us. You can click on the link below to find out more about this event and book your free place now. And I look forward to diving even deeper together very soon.